Very young man. Today we will be doing the topic is Ātma Bodh, volunteer work. And before I begin, I have a question to the Guru Swami Purnima, and a big thank you to Swami Vedānta and Bhaji. And I begin with an invitation.
Samrat, we cannot hear you.
Samrat to nothing.
Yeah, we cannot hear you properly. Now I could hear you when you said.
अच्छा मोटेથી બોલું. હવે સંભળાય છે?
Yes.
Okay. શરૂઆત કરું? એટલે પહેલેથી
Yes.
કહું?
Yes.
Okay. Then appreciation to Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayanand and thank you to Swami Chidanand and Vibhaji for giving me the opportunity to conduct this seminar. I begin with an invocation and let me also tell you that today is a very special day. It is Shankaracharya's Jayanti today and even Ramanujacharya's Jayanti. Ramanujacharya, the philosopher of Vishishta Advaita, and though both of them do not have anything in common, but nature has made them share a birthday like this. So I begin with an invocation, and before I begin the text, that is Samasta Jana Kalyane Vritam Karunamaya Namami Purnaya Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidya Shiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Natyanam Asmadacharya Parinam Vande Guru Param. Friends, today I begin with on Ātma Bodh and just tell you briefly about the text first before I go into the real text. The first 5 verses of Ātma Bodh tell us about Jnānam and Jnana as a means to Moksha. And then verse 60, all my numberings are based on the CCMT publication. The verses 1 to 5 are Jnana as a means to Moksha. Verses 6 to 16 is as a cause of bondage. And verses 17 to 31 is called the central theme of Ātma Bodh. That is, it summarizes the teachings of the Upanishads. And 32 to 42 talk about Nidhyasana, and 43 onwards to the end is about the benefits. Now, my talk is based on the second section, that is ignorance and ignorance as a cause of bondage, and the Nidhyasana part. So I begin with that, and now as we experience this world directly, we find, I mean, just now even when you are sitting before your laptop or your PC, you are directly perceiving this world. So it is real. But Vedānta declares this as unreal. So, and it talks of the self as a non-dual, ekameva advitya. So how do we prove that, the point that how do we establish the non-duality of the self, and how do we declare Vedānta, I mean that it is unreal? So the answer is, and my talk is based on mainly on verses 6 and 7, which compares the dream world and the waking state, and then I go on to Nidhyasana. So it says that in this first, the 6th one, it says that it describes the nature of the world, and then it negates the world. So, one is that the answer is that all that raga and dvesha, it talks, I'll just talk without the verse first. It says that it compares the world to Sansara Swapna Tulya. He compares the world with the dream world, and Sansara is with the dream world, and he says that it is full of raga dvesha. He says that it's Sankula means it is full of raga and dvesha, and raga dvesha support the samsara, Raga and Dvesha deny the self. So all our sense experiences invoke Raga Dvesha in us. So it says that Samsara Swapna Tulyo, he compares this world with the Sansara. So now the argument would be that though we experience the world directly and it is real, but then as the scriptures say that it is unreal. So the scriptures say that by nature I am free of limitation, but I think of myself as a limited being. And the cause of this is Ajnana. So how do I, because Ajnana is because I identify myself with the BMI. And I presume that all of you are familiar with the BMI chart. So I presume that all of you know the BMI chart, and because we identify ourselves with the BMI, think of ourselves as the perceiver, feeler, and the thinker, we think of ourselves as a limited being. So, what is this ignorance? This ignorance is, you can use the word Maya or Avidya or any ignorance. So, this ignorance has two powers. One is the Avarana Shakti and one is the Viksheta Shakti. The Avarana Shakti obscures the view of the observer, while the Viksheta Shakti distorts facts. So, like the very famed example of the rope and the snake, if you see, the Avarana Shakti makes me see the rope as a rope, and I mean obscures the vision of the rope, while the mind interprets it as a snake. There is a disconnect between the physical seeing of the physical eye seeing the object and the mind interpreting it. So one is that it is the Avarana Shakti obscures the vision, whilst the Viksheta Shakti construes it as a snake. And another example which I would like to give is again the same example of the dream. It makes me dream. The dream in the snake is the ignorance, and it makes the dream world as real because the sleep ignorance interprets the dream as a real world. So I am transferring the reality from the Adhisthana to, yes, Vitaji? I am transferring the reality from fake to the dream world. So the sleep ignorance of myself is as a waker is forgotten. So these are the famed two examples which I would like to give. And now coming on to the verse, it says that Sansara Swapna Tulyohi and Raga Dvesha Adi Sankulaha. The Sankula means full of. So this whole Sansara is full of Raga and Dvesha. Raga Dvesha are the likes and dislikes. Raga is likes and Dvesha is dislikes. So every sense experience that I get creates in me Raga and Dvesha. For example, again I'm taking the help of the rope and snake. When I interpret the rope as a snake, there is fear and I move away from it. So that is a Dvesha part. And the Raga is again, if while walking on the beach and I see shells, I take it as silver and I run towards it. This is the Raga part. So these experiences create in me Raga and Dvesha. So these Raga Dvesha are actually this support sansara, and they are the Raga Dvesha they deny the self, and all my sense experiences create in me Raga and Dvesha. Raga Dvesha are actually represent, these two words represent the opposites, pairs of opposites like love and hate, pain and pleasure. This is these two words represent the pairs of opposites. Now it says that Sansara Swapna Tulyahi. The Swapna is, the Sansar is as good as the world which is full of Raga and Dvesha. So now when it says that it talks about the nature of the world as full of Raga Dvesha, and secondly it says that it is false. And then the second thing the author does is that he negates the world. So he says, how is the sansar compared to Raga and the dream world? He says Swakale Satyavad Bhati and Prabodhe Satvavik. So when I'm Prabodhe means when I'm awakened, It's only when I realize that the dream I was seeing is unreal, and but during the dream I think of it as real. Even if God comes to me in my dream and says that this is only a dream, I'm not going to believe it. So similarly in samsara, in this world also, if anyone comes and tells me this is unreal, I'm not going to believe it. So it is when he says prabodhe, means at the time of awakening, only when I realize, extending this example, I said only when I realize the self and I realize that I am Brahman, this knowledge attained is, and this knowledge is attained through nididhyasana, which we will be shortly doing it. So he says that, so if we extend this example, it says the fact is that there is nothing other than the self. Atma eva idagam sarvam. But because ignorance destroys this fact, the Advaita Prapancha is created. And this creation of the non-existent Advaita Prapancha is a function of ignorance. So we can say that Brahma, in association with Maya, is the projector of this universe. This is a this projection, so only projection is not real. It is unreal world, and I would like to support my this with a quote from by the famous philosopher Descartes. The French philosopher Descartes has said that when I consider the matter carefully, I do not find a single characteristic by means of which I can certainly determine whether I am awake or whether I am reading. The visions of a dream and experiences of my waking state are so much alike that I am completely puzzled, and I do not really know if I am not dreaming at this moment. So this is what the French philosopher has said, and even the digital scientist Pascal, after whom the computer language is named, has said that if a dream comes to us every night, we should be as much occupied with it as by the thing we see every day. So one is a scientist, another is a philosopher, and both agree that these two worlds, the dream world and waking world, are almost alike, but we refuse to accept it. And if there are, and I would also like to tell you a story of the story by Sri Ramakrishna, where he says that there is in the forest there was a family staying, parents and a boy, and after a few days the child died. So the mother just could not stop wailing, she wept, but the father did not seem to be much affected by this. So the mother could not accept that the father is so indifferent to the situation. So she confronted her husband and she said that, why are you so indifferent when you have lost your only child? But the father said that all these days I have been dreaming that we are a happy family with 6 children, and last night I dreamt that all 6 of them died. So you have lost just one son whom you reared during the day, and I have lost 6 children whom I have reared during the night. So whose pain is more, yours or mine? So here I just want to, through this story, I want to tell you that whether it is by day, by dream world or the waking world, it is just the same. But we refuse to accept this. And I would like to tell you I would like to compare some of the arguments in which it says that generally when we say that we take an experience that we say the dream world is unreal, it's only that when we wake up we say this. But because the vastu, vyakti and paristhiti, that is the vastu is the object, vyakti is the people, and paristhiti is a situation, disappear once we get up from the dream world. But if you say the same criteria, if we reverse it, the vastu, vyakti and paristhiti of the waking world are not seen in the dream world. So what is a measure that both are not real, both are real? So if we say that vyakti, vastu and paristhiti of the dream world are not available in the waking world, then the vyakti, vastu and paristhiti of the waking world are not available in the dream world. So both So both are either real or both are unreal. Again, there is another argument which says that the objects of the dream world do not have the same lifespan or shorter lifespan than the objects of the waking world. But this argument again can be countered by saying that we cannot have the same measuring rod to measure the time in the waking world as well as in the dream world, because modern psychologists say that in a dream lasts only for about 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, okay, let us say it lasts for 3 to 5 seconds, but if we say even if it lasts for 10 seconds, then um, even then in those 10 seconds we see a whole lifetime. So is it, the you cannot measure the dream world and the waking world by the same time rod. So this is what so this is an argument which says that you cannot measure it. So you cannot say that the objects of the dream world have a shorter lifespan and objects of the waking world have a longer lifespan. So the and now moving on to the seventh verse. So now if when we say that how long, there would be an argument which is how long will this world appear illusory to us. So in answer to that, Shankaracharya gives this seventh verse which says that yavat na jnayate brahma tavat satyam jagat bhati. So as long as you do not have experience, no, you do not know Brahma, till then this world appears real. So it says, so Jagat, there is a word called Jagat Satya Bhati. So what is Jagat? See, Jagat is a total experience that we gain through in the three states of our experience, that is a waking world, the dream, and the deep sleep state. Even in the deep sleep state, when there is no experience, that that plane of existence where there is no experience is also an experience. So even that is included. So all the three worlds which we experience through the respective instruments, that is the physical instruments, the mind and the intellect, constitute the Jagat. And it is during all through the Sharira Traya, that is Sharira Traya is the gross body, the subtle body and the causal body. So this entire thing constitutes the Jagat. Now it says that till yavat na jnayate brahma tavat jagat satyam bhyati. So I have explained the meaning of Jagat. Now we come to the word. It says that the entire Brahma is Adhisthana. So what do we mean by the word Adhisthana? Adhisthana is that which remains, though remains unperceived and unchanged, it gives rise to an illusion based upon itself. I repeat that Adhisthana is that which, though is unperceived, it is unperceived by, though maybe the physical eye sees it, but the mind misinterprets it. So it is unperceived and it is unchanged, and it gives rise to an illusion based upon itself. And seen another way, Adhisthana is that essence, the knowledge of which once gained, it destroys the illusion which is based upon itself. So it says that this Brahma is the Adhisthana upon which the entire world is resting. So Jagat is resting. So as we have, the Ātma Bodh has a beautiful simile. Most verses have a beautiful simile embedded in it. So here it says that the shells that you see on a moonlit night start shining, and you take it to be silver. So similarly, this world also, we take it as real and run after it. So he says that after explaining that, he's saying that Sarva Adhishthanam Advayam. So this world is Advitiya, one without, the Brahman is Advitiya, one without a second. And the Brahman alone exists. Names and forms are just superimposed and it is through Maya that it is done. So Brahma in association with Maya becomes a projector. So it says that this illusion remains till Jagat is known. That is why it is said Yavat Brahma na Gnayate Tavat Jagat Satya Bhati. And then but how do we come out of it? Though, entire life I have been told that I'm a small speck in this big universe, and now I've been told that the universe, I am the substratum upon which the universe exists. So it is a very difficult idea to accept. I cannot swallow this at all, because all my life I have been told something, and now I'm being like, it is like when you're going to school. When you go to school, you're told that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. But suddenly one day you're told that this sunrise and sunset is just an illusion. It's an optical illusion, and it's only because of the movement of the earth that you see this sunrise and sunset. So it is very difficult to accept this idea, and especially and you're told that the earth moves at a very high speed, but you don't experience it. In fact, you're very comfortably sitting in front of your laptop at the moment, and you don't experience it. So, but to this, the great Acharya has given something called Nididhyasana, which is a technical word for Vedantic meditation. Now, how would you say, what is Nididhyasana? And one more thing I would like to tell is that when he is prescribing, the Acharya is prescribing with Nididhyasana, he presumes that we have done two more steps, that is before Nididhyasana, that is Shravana and Manana. Shravana is very loosely told that it is listening to the scriptures, and Manana is the next step, that is Shausha Nivritti. And the Acharya assumes that we have completed Shravana Manana, and now we are fit for Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is a contemplation part. So he says that all Nididhyasana is deconditioning the mind. It's a because all our life we are used to a particular thought. You have been told that there is a God, you have to pray, he's a master of this universe, you are inferior to him. And suddenly today, when you are being told that you are God, even Swami Vivekananda has said that all the Christs and Buddhas are just waves on the mighty ocean, I am. It is to put this into practice, it's very difficult. So as an instrument, you are being given something technically called as Nididhyasana. It is a deconditioning of the mind. And what happens is, due to our habitual thinking, we have grooves in the mind, and these grooves need to be treated. Our thinking has to be reversed, and this is the aim of Nididhyasana. And presently our thinking is ego-based. I think of myself as the BMI, the body, the mind, and intellect, and that is why I think of myself as a limited being. Whilst Nididhyasana teaches me to reverse this thinking, break this old pattern of thinking, and it is only through Nididhyasana that we derive the practical benefit of Vedanta. Otherwise, Vedanta is just an intellectual exercise. So let us see what Nididhyasana is and its method. One is that during our study of Vedanta, we always hear the word Brahma and Ātma, etc. And we come to think of Brahma or Ātma as some third person. So this thinking pattern has to be broken. And this is what we try to do through Nididhyasana. And we have to replace the word Brahma and Ātma with the word Aham. So when you hear the word Satyam, Jnānam, Anantam, Brahma, try to say Satyam Aham, Jnānam Aham, Anantam Aham. And this is the method of Nididhyasana. And we'll just try to discuss some verses of Nididhyasana. I'll just tell you. In which at first he negates the and he says that being different from the body, I am not, there is no janma, no, that is the Shadvikaras do not apply to me. The Shadvikaras asti, jayate, vardate, etc., vinashyati. So these Shadvikaras do not apply to me, because the body is a victim of Shadvikaras, not I. I am different from the body. So then he says that I am not the Jnanendriyas or the Karmendriyas. They belong to me. So they are different from me. And even the Shabda Adi, that is the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, I am unattached to that. So in this verse he has negated the Sthula Sharira, and then he goes on to negate the Pranamaya Kosha and the Manomaya Kosha. He says that amanastvat, being different from the mind, the Sukha, Dukkha, Raga, Dvesha do not apply to me. These pairs of opposites do not apply to me. And he says, then he further even goes on to say that aprano hyamanaha shubhraha. Aprana means the pancha pranas. The pancha prana is the prana, vyana, apana, samana, etc. These are not mine. So then hyamanaha, the fourfold nine, mano, buddhi, ahankara, do not belong to me. And this reminds me of the very beautiful Nirvana Shatakam composed by the same author, mano, buddhi, ahankara, chittani, naham. So here he says that the prana do not belong to me, and the fourfold mind also doesn't belong to me. Therefore, I am Shubhra, I am pure. And this is directly taken from the Mundaka Upanishad. And he has just lifted this statement from there and put it here. So actually, intellectual property rights have been violated, but then it is to be. I think we should. Okay, it's fine, because he admits it. He says iti adi shruti shashanat. He admits to lifting it from the Shruti. And then he gives the next verse, he goes on to give all the adjectives applicable to the soul. But he says nirgunaha, nishkriyaha, nitya, nirvikalpa, niranjanaha, nirvikara, nirakara, nitya mukta, asmi. This is the most important word in the whole thing, asmi. Because as I told you earlier, we are used to thinking of Brahma and Atma in the third person. Here he says, I am that, I am Nirguna, I am Nishkriya, I am Nitya. So all these apply to me, not someone sitting above the sky as Brahman or Atman. So we'll just quickly go through these, and we say that what is Nirgunaha? Nirguna means I am without attribute of gender or gotra or physical, all the physical at height, weight, etc. They do not apply to me. I am Nishkriya means I am free of all activities. Like the sun does not participate in any activity, but because of the sun, all the activities take place. The sun is Nishkriya, so is the Atma. And he says Nitya. Nitya means Satya. Trikale Tishati Tat Sat. That is, you exist in the past, in the present, as well as the future. So Trikale Tishtati Tat Sat. That is Nitya. Nitya means Satya. Then we have Nirvikalpaha. Here Nirvikalpa is stated as changeless. So, but change in the sense Nirvikara. Nirvikara is without change. And when you say there is change, it means there is a change from one state to another, and this involves time and space. For example, water. You take vapor condenses to become water, and water freezes to become ice. There is state changes take place. So it is subject to a process, time and space. So the Atma is free of all this. So it's Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa is without desire and thought, or it is divisionless. It does not have the three shariras, the shariratraya of the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. The Nirvikalpa, the Atma is not subject to Shariratraya. This is Niranjanaha. Niranjana is blemishless, means the black spot of Maya is not applicable to me. Nirvikara, as I told you, that it means the Shad Vikaras do not apply to me. These apply to the body. That is, all the six, the Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, etc. do not apply to me. Then I am Nirakaraha. Nirakara is like, I am like space everywhere. I am Achala, because space is everywhere. There is no, Achala means without any movement. The space cannot move because it is everywhere. It is the body that moves from here to there. So I am Nirakara, I am Achalaha. And finally he says Nitya Muktaha. The Atma is always free. Atma doesn't have anywhere, I mean, the moksha is for the mind. So Atma is free. And he says, I am Nirmalaha. Nirmala is says, I am free from avidya. Or it can also be taken as I am free, the Shatrus, that is the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, do not apply to me. So I am Nirvikara. But the most critical word in this whole paragraph, in this verse, is Asmi. It is me. It is not Brahma. Brahma, Atma is me. It is not some third person. So he's, and this is a very beautiful verse where he has given all the adjectives applicable to the self. And then comes, I mean, then any intelligent mind would ask the question, till when should this nididhyasana take place? So he says that in the next verse, here he says that it is to be constantly done till you get Brahma Asmi iti. He says, Evam Nirantara Abhyasta Brahmaiva Asmi iti Vasana. Till, he says, the impression I am Brahma, till this impression is created, I have to constantly do Nididhyasana. It's only through Nididhyasana that I will gain knowledge. So, with that, I end the webinar, and once again, I prostrate before Gurudev, and I thank Pujya Swami Chidanandji and Vibhaji for giving me the opportunity to conduct this seminar. I end with Shanti Path. Purna Mada Purna Midam Purna Purna Vibhatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva. Thank you, Vibhaji.
Thank you. If someone wants to ask question, can you wait for a few minutes? There may be some question.
I think no one wants to ask.
Yes. It was very good, very interesting, informative. Lots of effort you have taken. And I think everyone has enjoyed. There's no question up till now. Yeah, there's a question from Swamiji. I think it's in question pen. I'm trying to speak. There's a view that what we call Maya is real and what we perceive as Brahman is an illusion. How far can we accept this? This is from, I think Vijaya Lakshmi Bangera also is asking.
I have not understood the question, Vibhaji.
One second. Yes, Swamiji. Pranam Swamiji.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, because I did not find the way to enable, so now we are set. I have no question really, but I congratulate you. You have made a wonderful beginning. Especially your matter is excellent. You have covered wonderful, all the good ground. So we want you to do more. And of course, one slight improvement you may try next time is try to look into the web camera. So we will have the illusion that you are looking at us. You look at the web camera, but we will have, Vedanta is all about illusion and reality. The reality will be, you will be looking at the web camera, but we will be feeling that you are straight looking into our eyes. So maybe you can try to do that. But I appreciated the matter, and especially that example of dream and waking. Should I worry about your children who died in this state or my 6 children who died in dream? That was so effective. So we are really happy and hope we will have your webinar again another time on another topic. Keep it up, Sangeeta. All the best. Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Hari Om.
Now there's a question from Sharda Kumari.
Ah,
you-
Sharda. Yeah, Hariom Sharda.
No, wait, I will unmute, but I don't think that she can. No, I think that she has written on the question pen. Can you open the question pen? Can you click on that question, small arrow? That small arrow.
Rachita too.
Okay. Then I will read for you. Kumari Sharda Devul Palle, very nicely explained. Congratulations. And this is a question from Vijayalakshmi Bangera. There is a view that what we call Maya is real and what we perceive as Brahman is an illusion. How far can we accept this?
No, I have still not understood the question. So can she send it by mail and I will answer it?
Okay. Okay, we'll write to her. I think it's all. Now, no more questions. Okay, Sangeeta ji, it was really good. Enjoyed. Hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vivaji. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.